So you know it's a problem that like no one's addressing?
A lot, but narrow it down for me.
Homelessness in America.
Oh, yep.
It's a problem everywhere. Everywhere I go, you know, there's homeless people. And no one's addressing it. Well, it's mostly prevalent in America. Like, you look around, you see tents, you see people everywhere. You know, it's awful. And no one's addressing it. Like, so far, the best solution that anyone seems to have for homelessness is to just drive a bulldozer through their tent city, correct?
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm super, like, a fan of that. I love harassing the poor. It's one of my favorite things.
I've witnessed it. You love it.
Yeah. But just because they have nothing and they're just trying to survive with what little they have and throwing half of the way actually doesn't really fucking do anything, I also don't think it's a good solution. You know why?
Why?
Because it doesn't provide any fucking money. How many jobs do you have?
2.
I have a job. You know these homeless people? Do you know how many jobs they have?
0
fucking jobs. Yeah, it's fucking crazy, isn't it? Like, so here they are. They get to camp every day. When's the last time you got to camp?
I don't remember.
Yeah, like that's fucking insane. I would love to go camping. They're out there.
Would you like to go camping?
Yeah, they're out there just fucking like camping every day, sleeping under the stars. And here I am. I gotta sleep in my bed under a fucking roof. I don't get to see the stars.
You have to sleep in your fucking house.
I know.
Like, that is just the worst.
And they don't have to work for shit. They just wake up, fucking lackadaisical, walk through the day, 24 hours, free time, all day.
You know what they also don't have to do?
What?
They don't have to clean their houses.
No, like, yeah. Think of all the things that we have to do that these sons of bitches don't have to fucking do.
God.
So here's my thought.
Right.
We're going to monetize homelessness. We're going to make them start giving back to society that has given them so much.
Yeah.
All right? So here's my plan.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to race homeless people and have people bet on it. Do you like that plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, because, you know, Americans love track and field. And homeless...
Americans do love sports.
And we'll be able to gamble on it. Think of how many like livelihoods have been made on sports gambling. Not that many. Most of those people eventually wind up homeless, which then we can race them.
We can add them
this could be America's national sport. Homeless person racing.
Oh.
Now, do you see any problems with racing homeless people at all? Because this is a pretty good idea.
Actually, just like one.
Okay.
What if one of the homeless people like didn't have a leg, like they only had one of their legs or something?
Well, let's say that because we're in America, home of the free, land of the brave, our amazing healthcare system has found out that they had like diabetes or gangrene or some sort of infection. I don't think AIDS makes you lose limbs. I mean, I guess like actually, AIDS can throw a lot of curveballs. It can just make other illnesses worse. So I guess.
What if there's one guy who has cancer the cancer has AIDS?
Kids? Okay. But yeah, you're right. So the amazing American healthcare system removes some of their legs.
Okay.
Guess what? One step ahead of you. We're not going to let them keep their legs. No.
What?
The homeless people in my races, they're getting their legs sawed off. Because here's the problem with homeless people. They have no drive. They aren't working. They're not doing anything. They're lazy. So we're going to have to take off their lazy person legs and put on some efficient, hardworking, made in America robot legs.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Robot, cyborg, homeless racing. Now, how do you feel about this idea?
This is way better already.
Yeah. Would you buy tickets to go watch this?
Oh, yeah.
Now think, okay, this is pretty good.
Okay.
But I don't see John Cena in the ring. Because you can't fucking see him, one, obviously. But two, you're right. There needs to be professional wrestling because everyone knows professional wrestling is the greatest sport of all time.
Okay.
That's why the cyborg homeless person racing is no holds barred. That's right. Just because it's a 200-meter dash doesn't mean that you can't clothesline the person next to you. You have free reign to do anything you want. Now, the races will be various lengths. Sometimes they're a short sprint. Sometimes they're a long marathon. But throughout that entire race, you can do whatever you want to any other race and combatant. Are you intrigued?
Yeah.
All right. So now here's the thing. I bet you're wondering, wait, how are we going to get the homeless people to do this, right?
I am wondering that, yeah. That's the one of the only times that you said, I know what you're thinking. And then that actually was what I was thinking.
Was it really?
That doesn't happen very much.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
there's reasons.
Please continue.
But what does every American want? Other than to be a YouTube influencer or a professional wrestler or YouTube influencer turned professional wrestler. What does every American want?
Freedom.
Well, we are in America, so you're born with freedom. But yes, more freedom, but the freedom to own a house. That's right.
Oh,
If a homeless person can win a set amount of races, I don't know, we'll make it very easy. Let's say 20 some odd races. I don't know. Like, actually, here's the thing. I'm just spitballing here. What if, instead of like having it be a set number, they were racing for money? They got to keep the prize. First place winner got all the prize money. Everyone else gets nothing.
Okay.
Because it's America. Only thing that matters is first place.
Yeah, no participation awards here.
Hell no.
No.
No. Like, sorry, there's no free rides unless you're a $1 billion corporation.
Right. No.
There's no fucking free rides.
We're not having
So
that.
first place gets fucking everything.
Right.
Now, we're going to have to keep these combatants, our racers, whatever you want to call them, like ready to go. So I know like food and water would be nice, but food and water can only do so much. You know what really powers people?
What about legs?
Drugs.
Oh.
Yes.
Drugs.
No. So here's my thought. So when a homeless person is choose to enter into the robotic homeless person race, chosen. So when the homeless person is chosen, if you want to be fancy, if you extend your pinky when you drink tea,
I do.
then by all means. That sounds very British. Maybe we're going to take your fucking legs.
Okay.
Because freedom. But anyways.
All right.
So when a person is chosen, because here's what we're going to do. We're going to take all the homeless people in America, put all their names into a drawing.
Every single one.
All of them.
Ugh.
And I know what you're thinking. How are we going to track down all these homeless people? Well, I'm going to set aside a huge amount of the government's budget to getting a police force to go out there and get all the homeless people identified, get them into the drawing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, this seems like a lot of money.
Dollars.
Yeah, this seems like a lot of money, a lot of taxpayer dollars going into it. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I thought you wanted to solve the homelessness problem.
Yeah,
I also thought that you were tired of being fucking bored, right? Because there's nothing fucking on. There's nothing to watch. I want to watch a guy who's down on his luck fighting another guy who's down on his luck for the chance to win like $32. So
32 whole fucking dollars?
Well, here's the thing.
That's a lot of money.
Well, if you're homeless, you have $0.
I know.
So $32, that's
know.
a windfall.
I
But
know.
anyways, that's the beauty of this thing.
Yeah.
Is all the tickets that go into the like stadium, all the pay-per-views, all the merchandise, because you're going to want some Stinky Pete merchandise. Stinky Pete's fucking a 3-time champion. He's made $43 in the last week.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to want to get a shirt that says Stinky Pete's legs never creak, he keeps them oiled.
I'd wear that. Yeah.
But all that, we're only giving the competitors like 1% of the profit. The rest of it goes into, important things like military spending, police spending. That's the two things. That's where all the money goes. It just goes to military and police because in America, that's all we fucking care about. Mm-hmm. Because we also need a giant police force to round up all the homeless people. And did you hear some of them have some goddamn robot legs? It's fucking insane. So anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, it's terrifying thought. You got some lazy people who don't want to work with robot legs now. So we need a really strong police force to keep them in check.
But I thought you rounded them up first and then gave them robot legs.
Well, yeah, but they still we don't house them. Oh. They only have robot legs. They
wouldn't be homeless anymore if we housed them.
Exactly. So if we put them in like a barracks or something in between races, what is their incentive to win? Because the only way that you get out of the homeless people robotic leg race is if you get enough money to buy a house. Because then
$32.
You're a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, $32 can take you a long time to get a house. But here's the thing. Have you looked at your check lately?
No.
Yeah. What was your last paycheck?
Probably
and how much did you have to work? Quite a bit. Did you get free illegal drugs at your job?
Not at my job.
Yeah,
no,
and by any chance did they give you robot legs?
No.
Yeah, so this is a pretty fucking sweet deal.
Neither of my fucking jobs give me robot legs. So all of a sudden,
so this is a pretty sweet fucking deal. Oh, yeah. You got those suck-ass human legs over there. If you
They're
run...
so lame.
Yeah. So these homeless people, they should be thanking us for the privilege to enter into the racing.
It's like those, like, videos of where you see I cut off people's headphone strings and give them AirPods. It's like that, but with legs. You're cutting off their real legs, but you're giving them.
So are you saying that we should
more.
have like a YouTube prank video where we walk up to people and just cut off their legs?
People.
Like a guy who's down on his luck, we just like come up behind him, hit him in the head with a brick, and when he's laying on the ground groaning, we just saw off his legs with like a rusty hacksaw while he's screaming, and 5 people are holding him down. He's like, ah, this is my fucking leg!
This is fucking terrible!
And then when we're done,
bad!
and then when you just got 2 bloody stumps and he's like flailing around, then somebody comes in and he's like, "Oh, we're giving you robot legs."
Whoa!
Yeah, and then,
Dude!
like put yourself in his position.
I guess I'd be pretty happy.
Yeah,
like,
because you had suck ass human legs, now you got these sweet
and
ass robot
then
legs.
you temporarily had no legs.
Yeah,
And then we gave you legs.
I know.
Oh my god.
You know, it's like
We're
it's like
so
the religious
generous.
people say, "God giveth, God taketh away, then man giveth robot legs." All right.
We are so generous.
Yeah, that's right. We
Oh,
are
wow.
becoming God in this instance.
Okay.
Haven't you wanted to become God?
No, but
Why haven't you wanted to become God?
no, it seems like a lot of work.
How is that work? It's not work.
Explain to me how being God wouldn't be a lot of work.
You're God. It's like, I think half the world should be water. And it'll just be fucking empty. Boom, done.
Okay.
Like, do you know how much of the ocean is empty? God is so fucking lazy. He like filled so little of the planet. Most of the ocean just has nothing. It's
Actually,
just
like,
empty
super
water.
Spooky
Like
creatures,
Minecraft.
like, really deep under.
Yeah,
like,
Minecraft has so much more going on in its world than our real world per square. But anyways, so you were saying there's spooky creatures down.
Yeah, like it's not totally empty. Like there's terrifying shit under the ocean.
Yeah, but how much emptiness is above them?
A considerable amount.
And most of the ocean is just like an empty desert. Like, I mean,
But
there's
not
no
a
life.
desert because it's water.
How is that not a desert?
I don't know. I don't know how science works. You tell me.
Well, science works because it works. But anyways, we're off track. We're off track. So now we're God.
Okay, so now we're God.
Well, at least to these people,
Okay.
because, well, one, we're not
We
feeding them.
taketh away
Yeah, we're
their
not
legs.
feeding them. We're just giving them drugs, just like
Oh.
a good cult.
Just
like
like
most
a
of
good-
my ideas, it's very much a cult.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
know
a cult,
that.
but it's like it's not a cult, but it's sort of a cult. But in this
Yeah.
scenario, you don't get to choose to join the cult. You're just like, we throw a bag over your head, saw your legs off, pump you full of illegal drugs, and then make you race for our entertainment.
With our robot legs
Yeah,
that we give you. Yeah.
but to like keep like UNICEF and the United Way off our back, saying, "Hey, you guys are committing war
Hey,
crimes."
that's not
we
humane.
we go, "Oh, they could win a house and be a real person then," because like
Oh.
yeah, I know.
In that case.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, like,
We'll get
whoa,
all the way
whoa,
off your back then.
because they're gonna like people are gonna be like upset. They're gonna be like, you're profiting off their misery. But you know what they're not gonna do? Anything to help these people.
True.
They're gonna be like, oh, I'm helping, but they're never helping.
True.
Have you ever seen anyone help? No, they don't fucking help. So we're giving them a path to being a real person, a house. But they're never gonna get the house.
They're never gonna get the house.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
they don't have $32.
Well, they're only winning $32. Have you tried to make a house payment lately? It's a little bit more than $32.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Only a little.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's, some houses are more than others.
I know. But some are a little bit more than $32. What?
I would say most are more than $32
I know that.
unless we're making a house payment for a Barbie dream house.
Yeah.
Do you
okay.
think we could live in a Barbie dream house?
We could if we wanted to.
Like if you're homeless,
Okay.
and I was all right, so picture yourself as you're homeless.
Okay. I'm picturing it.
All right, so you're not a human.
Right.
Well, that's not what I believe.
Right.
But that's just what society
I got it.
believes.
Yeah.
Like as a whole, society has decided these aren't people because we don't provide them food or shelter or anything.
Right.
Like we'll like have an empty
Basic
building
rights,
next to them, like a giant empty building that's like heated during the wintertime. Be like, you can't go in
You
there.
can't go in there.
And they're
Yeah.
like, but I'm freezing to death. Like, oh, I guess die.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Like now let's say you just saw like a random person like walk out of their house and then like turn around like, oh shoot, I locked my keys in my house and my car is locked. I have nowhere to go and it's negative 40 degrees. Are you gonna let them in the house? Like if your neighbor did that.
I mean, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want them to freeze death, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, if you saw a homeless person walk by, you're not gonna fucking do it because they're not a fucking person.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's fucking terrible, isn't it?
Oh,
The
no.
fucking situation's exactly the same.
Oh,
People like to
no.
think they're good, but they're monsters.
Oh,
so
of
anyways,
course.
we let them just freeze
We know
and die.
humans are monsters,
Yeah.
and
So
we're
anyways.
expounding on that.
Yeah. So, but what people don't like is they don't like it when they are obviously a monster.
Oh.
They like to feel.
They want to be a monster.
And that's where the carrot on the stick, hey, they might win a house, makes them go, but we're helping. Like, yeah, it seems like we're just pumping these homeless people who are down on their luck full of illegal drugs and then having them fight race for our amusement.
With robot legs.
Yeah, and gambling on it, creating more homeless people to make more, robot.
It seems like that's what we're doing because that's what we're doing.
Well, yeah, but we never say that. You don't say...
Okay,
like,
fine.
like, you're saying the quiet part out loud.
Oh,
all right?
okay.
We don't do that. We always say that we're trying to lift people up out of poverty.
Right.
And we show all the success stories. Like how Stinky Pete, didn't have baked beans for a year because he was so poor. And after killing 3 people in the last race and doing 4 pounds of meth, all of a sudden he had his first baked beans in a year and he's fucking ecstatic and he's got baked beans all over his face. He's like,
just like that.
yeah.
He made that sound, exactly.
Yeah, and people are
It
gonna
was
fucking love
amazing.
it. They're
Yeah.
gonna be like, my God, I'm so happy for him.
This is
He's gotta be
is
so
the
fucking happy
peak
right now.
entertainment right here because it makes you feel like, wow, we really helped him.
Yeah, so this is where the movie starts.
Okay.
All right, so this is a great idea, and I think I might pitch this to the next president,
Of course.
because really we need to solve the homelessness problem, and it's a great idea. But this is where the movie
Right.
starts.
Right.
All
The movie
so
starts.
Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
is a homeless man who's down on his luck.
Poor Nick.
Follows him around for a day or so in his homeless life where he's looking for the Declaration of Independence or something. I don't fucking know. He thinks he's a famous person. He's like, oh, I gotta find the Declaration of Independence. But really he's just he's wearing a trash bag as a fucking jacket. And, he's got mismatched shoes and he's dirty. But he's still got that fucking sweet beard that's pencil drawn on.
Yeah.
All right, so it followed him through the day.
Right.
Then he goes back to his tent that he's hidden.
Right.
Where he's pretty sure it won't get bulldozed.
Oh.
What does he find out?
It was bulldozed.
Yes!
No!
And that's when the crowd's like, yeah! Suck it, poor! And if you disagree with this, fuck you, you don't, because it happens in your neighborhood. Anyways, so people are cheering the when he comes back to his tent and all of his shit is gone and there's that single tear. That's when the crowd is going to clap.
Not the single tear.
Yeah, that's when the crowd is going to clap because he's been living high on the hog all too long because followed him for 24 hours. No, he didn't go to a fucking job. Can you believe that shit? He didn't flip burgers. He didn't push a broom.
Right.
He didn't lift heavy shit. He didn't do any of that shit. Lazy son of a bitch. Can you believe that? So the crowd is immediately against Nicolas Cage, which is going to be hard. He's a likable guy.
Yeah, he is a pretty likable guy.
So he's sitting there, single tear. But what's that? He turns around and there's the secret police. And they're like, are you whatever character's name is? Let's call him Nicolas Cage.
Because that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
We'll call him that because
are you Nicolas Cage? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, and they're like, you belong to the city. You belong to the night. Yeah, I hear that song all the fucking time at work.
Oh, good.
And it's the most dystopian future song in the world.
Okay.
Yeah, just.
I like this.
Yeah,
I like this, all right.
But that's
Yeah.
because the secret police is called The Night. And so now Nicolas Cage's property is.
Are they going to sing it or just say it?
No, they're going to say, you belong to the city. You belong to the night. And that's when he's like, oh no. And then they bag him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, fucking black bag over his head.
Black bag? Or
yeah.
like a burlap sack?
Well, it's a black burlap sack that they put over his
I thought they were
head.
usually brown.
Well, they painted this one black.
Oh,
How can you be a secret police if your burlap sacks are brown color? It's going to give you away.
Actually true.
You got to be in all black. It's the most intimidating color.
It's the secret police color.
Yeah, if you're going to terrorize a populace, you need to be wearing all black. From boots to caps to black. I mean,
or can they wear a suit? With a white shirt, black tie, black jacket?
Well, I mean, the people in charge, yeah.
Oh, but the secret police are all black.
Yeah, all black.
Yeah.
So you
I mean, they're wearing all black. Fuck. Okay, they're wearing all black.
Well, I mean, they can be any ethnicity they please. Like,
Oh shit.
I don't know why I'm all of a sudden talking to Mrs. David Duke over here, all right? But
forgot
the
who
secret
that is.
police can be any ethnicity. That like it is just a branch of the police. I mean, if you envision them a certain way,
don't know.
that's on you. That is on you.
Fuck. Okay.
So he wakes up.
Who's
and
Mrs. Duke? I'm sorry. I'm confused.
David Duke is a. I'm old.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a famous racist. He was like the
a
leader.
famous
of the,
racist.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. Anyway.
You don't want to be that
I
guy?
don't
Which
wanna
guy do you
that
want to be
guy.
then?
I don't know. A guy that maybe isn't as racist.
You didn't say a guy who isn't racist. You said a guy who isn't as racist.
Everyone-
So you want to be a guy who's like,
Soger, everyone's a little bit racist. So
well, maybe in your world. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, this is taking a weird turn.
Yeah?
So,
Okay.
anyways.
Well, think about it. Everyone's a little bit racist. You haven't thought about this?
No, I haven't.
Really?
It doesn't keep me up at night thinking, oh, those minorities. They're trying to take my good rights.
No, you think about the homeless people.
Well, yeah, they're not people, though.
Oh.
I'm offended that homeless people's in the title because until they get a house, they're not people.
Oh.
I will stand behind the
Whoops.
statement.
Okay. Where were we? Fuck.
What do you mean, where were we? This is going perfect.
No, okay, alright.
This is perfect. You
Okay.
don't think this is great?
I do think it's great.
So he wakes up and he has robot legs.
Right.
So Nicolas Cage fucking wakes up. He's in all sorts of fucking pain. He's got robot legs.
Yeah.
And this is where you're introduced to the whole concept. Because he didn't know anything about it. Because he
Right.
just became homeless. He was like an adventurer. Well, he was an archaeologist. You know,
Fairly
yeah.
new to homelessness.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like an archaeologist. He would look for like the Declaration of Independence for his job, you know?
Of course. That's his purpose.
That's his job.
Yeah.
So
he
he didn't
did
know
have a
anything
job.
about it because he had just became homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Because he missed like a house payment. Then he got like the flu, so he got like one medical bill, and you know, like the hospital charges you an insane amount, so he lost the fucking house and everything. But that's neither here nor there. So he was unaware of all this. But this works to be sort of the way that the movie viewer gets to learn the whole universe. Because you're not coming into the movie knowing everything. You're just like, fucking, I want to watch fucking robot leg guys beat the shit out of each other for my amusement.
Yes, as you should.
So he wakes up, he's in the hospital, and all of a sudden they're like, you gotta leave. And he's like, what? And they're like, next race is in 24 hours.
Ah.
And he's like, well, I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Like, so they like shoo him out.
He's got new legs. He doesn't know what's going on.
And now he's
Right.
like in the racer tent city because whereas we don't house them because that's against the rules.
You give him tents though.
They can make tents every once every few
Oh.
days. We dump like another like few trucks of garbage in there and they can construct houses out of it.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
that way it serves two purposes. One, we're not giving them anything good, and two, we now have a place to dump garbage that's like super convenient and they can build shelter and stuff out of it.
Right.
So Nicolas Cage is walking around and he sees all sorts of houses made all like fucking, I don't know, Amazon boxes and shit. And he's
Nice.
like, what the fuck is going on? And he's all
fuck?
confused. And everyone's like fucking mean mugging him because every other person there, they're a fucking competitor. They don't care if he
What's
lives or
mean
dies.
mugging versus just mugging? Mugging, but like being even more mean about it? Or
So everyone there is just looking at him, giving him like dirty looks because he's a competitor.
Oh.
You know, because
Okay.
every single person in there is a racer. So they don't want to help him out because they all had to experience this first day as well.
Dog world.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
why am I going to help the new guy?
Right.
Except for all of a sudden, boom, Sam Jackson shows up.
Oh yes.
Because every movie needs an elderly minority character to help the white person along, you know, and learn the ropes so he can become the one.
Okay.
Look at the Matrix, it works.
Okay,
anyways,
yep, fair enough.
So Nicolas Cage,
What if I told
like,
you?
yeah. So
Nicolas
Sam Jackson
Cage.
walks up and goes, "Are you new here, boy?" And he's like,
Does he say it like that?
"Yeah, sure. I don't give a fuck." He's gonna swear a lot.
Oh, okay, good. I
It's
was worried.
Sam
I was just
Jackson.
like,
I don't have a Sam Jackson
hey,
impression.
motherfucker!
Yeah. Hey, motherfucker!
Are you new here, son?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Your Sam Jackson's
Okay.
better than mine.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
So Nicolas Cage is like, yeah. And then Sam Jackson breaks the whole thing out to Nicolas Cage. Like, we gotta stay here. You know, you gotta find some sort of shelter because they're outside. You know, it rains, snows, whole 9 yards. It's like, you need shelter. Every day there's a race. The races are no fucking rules, you know. But if you win, you get money. And if you get enough money, you know, you can finally get a down payment on the house and then you get your freedom.
Oh.
And Nicolas Cage is like, what?
What?
You know, like, this is fucking insane. Like, because it doesn't sound fucking normal. But
No, it's not
and then
normal
he's like,
at all.
and then like Nicolas Cage's tummy grumbles a little bit.
Oh.
He's like, I'm hungry. Is there any way to get something to eat? That's when Sam Jackson goes, no, there's no food or water.
No, motherfucker, there's no food here.
But there is all the alcohol and the illegal drugs that you can want. So you can just get turned out of your fucking mind.
Oh.
Because what makes cyborg homelessness racing better if they're all just out of their mind on drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's 100 times better now.
And Nicolas Cage is like, that makes no fucking sense. Why is there only alcohol and drugs and no shelter? And Sam Jackson goes, America. And that's when everyone in the theater stands up, puts their hand over their heart, because they'll have like the American flag on the screen for a second.
Oh, good.
And somebody will sing the national anthem.
Oh, good.
You know, and like there'll just be a break in the movie, because that's what movies are missing.
Who's gonna sing it?
Adele.
Oh. She's not American.
No one will ask question. She's a good singer. Well, you don't like
Fine.
Adele singing? Who would you rather sing it?
What? No, I'm not saying I don't
Would
like
you rather
her
a country music star? You want Jason Aldean?
No.
I think you do.
I don't like country music.
Well, it's the most popular music in America. It's the only American-made music. All other music has roots somewhere else. So,
Okay. All right. I'll go with that one.
so that's why then we put an American flag on the screen after he says America. And Jason Aldean starts singing the national anthem. That's when everyone in the movie theater knows it's time to stand up, put your hand over your heart.
Yeah.
Look at that American flag. Yeah, that's right. That's what movies have been missing.
Majestic
When
as fuck.
was the last time you were watching a Marvel movie and there was a national anthem break in the movie? Yeah, it fucking doesn't happen.
Remember, because it
they're
doesn't fucking happen.
because they're communist propaganda trash teaching our children that it's not okay to be American.
No, yep, you're right.
Yeah, it's like this is going to be the most American movie because one, we're solving the problem. Two, we're giving people a path to success. All right.
They
Three,
can make their own way to owning a house.
yeah. Three, we're monetizing something that up until now wasn't making us money. It was a net loss. Now we're turning it into a profit.
Yes.
The most American thing.
Fuck
The
yes.
suffering of disadvantaged people creating a profit for a very small group of people.
America, fuck
yeah!
Yes, okay.
So Samuel Jackson breaks the whole fucking thing down.
Okay.
And Nick Cage is like, oh man, that's fucking great, man. How can I repay you? He's like, there ain't no love in fucking homeless man racing. You know, and like Samuel Jackson is like the
Bitch, please.
yeah, he's like the gruff fatherly figure that
yeah.
that cares about people and like he
Yeah.
realizes that you're in a tough situation, but at the same time he doesn't want to get you too close because he knows because he's survived this long in the system.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to get too close to anyone because if they die, he's going to then feel it. But at the same time, he still has his humanity, so he wants to help out his fellow man. So he plays like that gruff fatherly figure. So so we got a few days. So the first race goes off. Nick doesn't fucking win. But nothing fucking happens.
But he doesn't die either.
Yeah, but he experiences his first race and he comes back. He's like, oh, that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Well, that one guy was fucking insane. There's fucking one racer. He's just like fucking dominating.
Yeah.
Is like fucking insane. Like he just wins race after race after race.
All he does is win, no matter what.
Yeah, he's like the top guy, and he's like the closest anyone has ever gotten to winning the house.
Oh,
so the crowd fucking loves this guy because he's like the success story.
Yeah.
You know, and but he's only made like $132 because once again they're only getting 1%. Not even they're getting like 0.1%.
$132?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But here's the thing. If you want food, you have to buy it with your own money. So
Right.
after the racing, like everyone, like depending on your place, you'll get a certain amount of food. Like
No.
winner takes all. But
No, you can't go back on your rules that you made.
I'm going back on the rules I
God
made.
damn it, Soger. Okay. Anyway, please keep going.
Because I realized that if you only had alcohol and drugs, you're going to succumb to being nutrient deficient very quickly.
Oh, but you're right.
Because no matter how much alcohol you drink, I mean, I guess if you did like a potato vodka, you could technically, I don't know how long you could live, but you would need like,
At some point.
you like, I guess like you would have to do like White Russians, like mixed drinks that have calories.
Oh.
But then it's
You
like,
need to pay for the calories.
yeah, exactly. So I feel that every racer gets like
loopholes.
Yeah, so in order for this to be in reality, the racers need to make like, I don't know, minimum wage. They get $7 per race. No, the winner gets the whole pot for the race. Okay. But you gotta pay a minimum wage. It's America. I mean, minimum wage is like what, $5.95 or something like that?
I thought it was 7 something.
Yeah, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you seem really disappointed now.
Well, you backtracked on your own rules, man.
Well, but this is America, all right?
Okay,
I guess we
fine.
could tip them. They could, like, if they were tipped employees, we could go much cheaper.
Go buy yourself a few calories. You survived the
Yeah.
race.
So now you have to buy you have to buy any food you want after the race.
Right.
All right. So most racers, you're getting ramen noodles, maybe an apple.
Right.
And it's not going to be good apples. It's not like grocery store apples.
No.
It's like the apples that were turned down by every grocery store and they're like mangled.
They asked multiple grocery stores.
And they are all like,
the same
I'd
apple.
rather not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prefer
Like,
not to.
so it's like the low class fruit that you would normally just go into like a hog pit and all the hogs would eat.
Red Delicious.
Yeah, Red Delicious
Yeah,
apple.
the ones that
Oh
taste
my
like
God.
cardboard.
Oh, that's so fucking great. Oh, you just made this idea great.
Oh,
so the apples
Thank
look
you,
pristine. The apples look pristine, but it's Red Delicious.
But they
so,
taste like
oh my
fucking
God,
cardboard.
this would be so great. So like after the race, they have their money and there's
Okay.
like fruit, like Red Delicious apple, all
Yeah.
like the worst fruits,
Yeah.
but they all look really good
They look
because it's
good.
America.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
it's America.
and there's like packaging, like for like ramen noodles, where it looks like some gourmet thing, and you
Yeah.
open it up, it's just like fucking ramen noodles.
Yeah,
So it's like
famous.
I fucking love that. That is, fuck yeah. So after every race, they have to spend their money. Now
Yes.
most of them aren't even gonna have enough for like a real meal. They're gonna get enough just to not starve to death. So basically,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
working a minimum wage job. They're, but
Just enough to stay alive with their drugs.
exactly.
Yeah.
But their drugs and alcohol is free, so technically they're doing better than most minimum wage people at this point because most minimum wage people can't afford to live. But if they want to get high and maybe numb the pain of being a minimum wage worker for a while and unwind, they have to pay for it. So these people actually have it better than a minimum wage employee. In some people's opinion. It really, like, it depends. So anyways, I really love that.
Thank you.
So,
Okay.
but they have to be paid minimum wage. But
For surviving.
per job, not per hour. That would be ridiculous.
No, but per
Because some of these
race.
races are going to be long.
Right. Per race, they
Yeah.
get a minimum wage tip per se.
Yeah.
To
So
stay
you're
alive.
constantly hungry. Now, this works just like South American brothel schemes where these ladies get trapped
good.
in a brothel and they have to do sex acts for money. But then they also have to pay for their room and board and for the food they eat while they're stuck in the brothel. And you can never get out because you can't perform enough sex acts to make enough money to pay rent and food and then also pay off your debt. So you're just stuck in this infinite loop. Yeah, this is a real fucking thing.
Oh my god! Well, I just forgot that was a real thing.
I know. Like, so once again, back to what I said. Oh yeah, most people think that they're good. No, people are fucking monsters.
people are
Don't fucking trust
monsters.
anyone. It's fucking
you're
awful.
right.
Humanity's terrible. But anyways, so it's like
We
one of those.
suck.
Yeah, so it's like one of
Okay.
those schemes where you like theoretically, yeah, I guess if you were gonna like starve yourself, you could eventually, basically like minimum wage workers in America now. Basically the same thing, except for they don't get the joy of sex acts because that would have to be on their free time. So really, if you think of the South American brothel like in debt scheme, like debatably, hey, at least they get human contact.
Oh my god!
The people who work like 3 minimum wage jobs don't even get that.
That's so sad. That's actually so sad. We're going to this script. That's so fucking sad.
Oh.
Breathe. It's okay.
So it's like one of those schemes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
So we also gotta keep it secret because once again, this is bread and circuses to its most extreme.
On steroids,
Like you don't even, like the people watching are like cheering because it's like they feel like they're better than them. But as I just pointed out, like
so sad.
Like I just pointed out, I mean, how much do you really like sleeping in a house versus, I don't know, like, how much worse is it? So anyways, so back to the movie.
I didn't really think about it that much, to be honest. Okay.
I mean, you work 2 jobs. You're only 1 job away from...
Only 1 job away from this sad existence.
Yeah, so anyways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So, a few races, you're not getting enough nutrients. You're always going to be trapped in the system. But, you know, this guy's like fucking winning. It's like, oh, he's the closest it ever got. And he's making a profit. And and the government's a little worried because no one was supposed to fucking win.
Right.
But this is
so
actually
it's supposed to work as well as it is for this guy.
But this is jumping ahead in the movie because I'm just coming up with this as we're going. I know.
I know.
Like, for the people who don't know this is like being made up as I go completely.
Yeah, he's very good at bullshitting.
Yeah. So I'm jumping ahead because I've already decided where this is going.
Right.
Nicolas Cage was actually a successful archaeologist who was looking for the Declaration of Independence, who all the things that he thought he was when he was a homeless person are true. The government took him as like a John Rambo, like special forces guy and put him in the race to take this guy down because he was getting too close. If he could keep making a few dollars, they were going to take him out. So Nicolas Cage
Tell us who the guy who's winning, who plays him.
I forgot. I don't know. Who is... Jake Gyllenhaal is. Yes. I remember.
It helps the viewer imagine what's
so
going
the
on.
guy who's winning is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes.
Because if you haven't seen Ambulance, see the movie Ambulance and tell me that you don't think he is the reincarnation of 90s Nicolas Cage. he has a mask on for like the first part of the movie, and just with his eyes, he lets you know he's a crazy person.
Ambulance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie
No,
Ambulance?
I need to go watch it.
First off, it's a Michael Bay movie.
Oh, good. Love it.
Second off, I need you, when you watch this movie, count how many times you believe Jake Gyllenhaal is holding the camera because there was not enough room for a cameraman in the scene. So the scene is recorded selfie style. Third, tell me which scene was added the day of and they were told, just figure it out. And it's completely insane. Like everyone's life was in danger. It's amazing. It's a terrible movie. It's such a bad movie. It's so terrible. It's so great. Everything about the movie
Ambulance. Sounds like my kind of movie, obviously.
Everything about the movie Ambulance is the dumbest idea in the world.
But
when you're watching it, you're like, this is perfect. I never want this to end.
Well, that sounds like the Meg 2.
Yeah.
Like, this is the dumbest thing ever, and I am here for it.
Yeah, like, Ambulance is such a fucking great movie because everything happens so fast, you don't have time to think.
Oh, good. Michael Bay. Got it.
So anyways, so that's why Jake Gyllenhaal is this guy who's winning. He's just got fucking crazy eyes. And it's going to work because he's strung out on, like, fucking meth and you know, all that other stuff. You know, because they have fucking everything. I can't think of the other one. What's the other one that is supposedly such a big fucking deal? Not crocodile, but fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
They're all fentanyl, yeah.
Strung out on crocodile.
It's a
hey!
real fucking thing. It makes your skin scaly.
Okay.
I don't know what
Fair
its
enough.
real name is, but that's the street name.
Okay.
So, like, they're all fucking drugged out,
Yeah.
fucking... But Jake Gyllenhaal is just fucking doing it. So now Nicolas Cage at this point doesn't know that he was put in this position because the government, like, knew that he was, like, a John Rambo special forces guy who had all these things.
Archaeologist
Yeah,
guy.
because they fucking hit him in the head with a brick to erase his memories.
Oh, shit.
Because, like most things...
So he also has some amnesia going
Well,
on.
he's got a little brain damage.
Oh.
Like most things,
Brain
like
damage, Nicolas Cage, love it.
like most things, like you could. There's like a better way to do it, but because it's America, they're like, oh, we could just fucking hit him with a brick and save money. And they're like, well, is it the police or the army? And they're like, no. Well, then hit him with a fucking brick. And they just hit him with a brick until and they're like, are you an archaeologist? And he's like, yeah. And they hit him with the brick again. Are you an archaeologist?
Are you an archaeologist?
There'll be a flashback to it. It'll be funny. The guy hitting him with the brick will be Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh,
It'll be
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
great
yeah,
because if, like, he won't be wearing a shirt. He'll be wearing really tight shorts, and you'll be like, "Are you an archaeologist?"
Are you
Bam!
an archaeologist? Bam!
Yeah, and his hair will be all fucking crazy. He's fucking great. Like, if you were gonna cast a guy to hit someone with a fucking brick in the head until they suffered enough brain damage to still retain some of the knowledge of their past life, but not all of it, name a better person than Jason Mantzoukas. I'll wait.
I don't know. I just watched. I recently watched Goodfellas, and I think Joe Pesci beating the shit out of somebody was like, I don't even know how to describe it. Him like beating somebody's face in.
Yeah, but he's not funny. This is an action comedy.
You don't think Joe Pesci's funny?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's too sexy to be funny.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's a sex pot. Everyone knows Joe Pesci is a sex pot.
Oh, okay. Yep. No, you're right.
Okay, you're a woman, right?
Yeah, you've been reminding me all fucking day.
Yeah, so you're a woman, right?
Yes.
Is Joe Pesci not a sex pot?
Can't deny he's a sex pot.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
it's along the same similar
'cause-
lines to the Lube, Shalhoub, Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So
way too sexy.
So if he was to be torturing, or if he was to be hitting Nicolas Cage
he'd be
in the
way
head
too
with a
distracted.
brick, the problem is all the women in the audience would be aroused, and like half the men. Homosexual, bisexual men, and even some straight guys who are sort of like more on the feminine spectrum would also be sort of turned on, but they would be like trying to bury it down because they don't want to express that part of themselves. So I mean, and of course, I guess not 100% of the women, because like the really like masculine end of the spectrum for women would be like with the masculine end of the men. So I
they're
guess
trying
like
to repress their
So they would be like,
arousal for Joe Pesci
so they would be like,
out of someone.
yeah, so they wouldn't be turned on with Joe Pesci. But I'm saying a large part because like sexuality is a spectrum. So like on the most extreme ends, they wouldn't be turned on by Joe Pesci.
Damn it.
But the majority of the middle would just be so turned on that they couldn't like fucking focus on.
So
and this is an
distracted.
important plot point.
Okay, they'd be way too distracted.
Yeah,
from
exactly.
The plot. Okay.
Exactly. And that's why we can't have Joe Pesci as.
Okay, fine.
Like, I mean, it's a perfect, like, because, like, imagine Joe Pesci in some tight shorts not wearing a shirt.
Way too fucking sexy, man.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But Jason Mantzoukas, he's one, humorous. Two, he's sexy, but not sexy enough it's going to distract you from the head bashings.
Oh, okay.
All right? So it works out perfect. Plus, he can come back in later on because he's going to help save the day. Just once again, making it. Well, hey! This is like. Sometimes I go back on my ideas. Maybe he doesn't save the day. Maybe they don't get paid. Yeah, remember this? Sometimes I change my idea.
Okay. Backtracking. Okay. Where are we? So Jason Mantzoukas beating the shit out of Nicolas Cage. So he has significant damage.
He has flashbacks whenever he sleeps of Jason Mantzoukas hitting him in the head with a fucking brick.
Is he aroused though?
No, because it's not Joe Pesci. Wait, which one? Because Jason Mantzoukas would probably be aroused while doing that. Yes, I guess that is like for people who are envisioning this in the head. When Jason Mantzoukas is hitting Nicolas Cage, he is fully aroused. Thank you, Nord.
Into it.
Yeah, thank you. Much like the Red Delicious, you added an amazing plot point.
Contribute every now and then.
Yeah, because that turns into a love story. That's why Jason Mantzoukas comes in to save the day.
He
because
has a change
unrequited
of heart.
love.
Fuck.
because while he was bashing him in the head with a brick trying to erase his memories,
He wanted Nick Cage to be
he
as
also
into
realized that he was erasing the memory of him, and he thought this is his soulmate. And he was like, so he was like crossed, like he had like mixed emotions about doing it. Now he wants to come in and like make things right. But anyways, that's like,
Dude,
wait,
that's
this,
so
by the way, this movie's like 3.5 hours long.
Oh,
it might
okay.
have to be a trilogy.
Oh, well.
By the way, what's really important is that this movie is in the Orphan Slaughterer universe.
What?
Yes, because Orphan Slaughterer took care of all the children who don't have
Nick
parents.
Cage was the orphan slaughterer.
He was.
Oh my god!
And then after he was the orphan slaughterer, he went to go follow his calling, which was archaeology, and that's how they
Oh my god!
Yes! He's the orphan slaughterer!
Woo!
Yeah, so this is... The Orphan Slaughterer is the prequel to this.
Oh, wait. Prequel or the first movie?
Orphan Slaughterer is the prequel to this.
You mean it's in the same trilogy?
It's the same fucking movie.
Oh my god.
Our same series of
You're
movies.
blowing my mind.
So wait, no. Orphan Slaughterer is probably going to be a 3-movie series. Okay. It's going to be like the Star Wars movies, except for not terrible. You know how the Star Wars movies are just awful?
Okay, keep talking. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
You know how all the Star Wars movies are trash, except for Episode 1? Episode 1, fucking gold. Why did they go downhill? Like, 2 and 3, okay, you sort of got me. 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I thought you've never sat through a single Star Wars movie.
I haven't.
Oh. Well, then how can you possibly judge that Phantom Menace is the best one?
Because I have eyes.
Oh my god.
I've seen stills? I don't know. But anyways.
Anyway, I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
So The Orphan Slaughterer is the trilogy before this, because all of my ideas happen in trilogy form. But when he gets out, he thinks he gets out. Boom, bricked.
Bricked.
By Mantzoukas, who's fully aroused. A fully aroused Jason Mantzoukas just hitting him with a brick.
And so he's in pain, in emotional pain, as he's also aroused by... Mantzoukas is in emotional turmoil as he's beating the shit out of Nicolas Cage because he is realizing that he's erasing the memories of him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the only time they've met each other is when he was hitting him with the brick. But he's going to say, in his mind, he's like, oh, Nicolas Cage, he did some crazy things when he was the Orphan Slaughterer. This is the kind of thing that would really, like his...
But does the audience know that?
Yeah, the audience knows he's a fucking Orphan Slaughterer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's
you said if the Orphan
movie.
Slaughterer series is prequel to this one, it would be made after it.
Okay, so then the audience doesn't know.
Okay.
We make this one first.
Ooh, okay.
Trying to make it fucking difficult on me because I don't know fucking words. Ooh, look at me. I know all the words. Fucking, you can open the dictionary to any fucking page. You know what you'll find? A word.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Anyways.
You're bullshitting me, Soger. I don't believe you.
Anyways. No.
Okay, yeah.
No, we're way off track.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So, he's been bludgeoned in the head. And he has like flashbacks to his life before that, but doesn't fucking remember it. So now a few races have gone by. You know, he's getting closer and closer to the lead. But like I said, it's no hold bars. But like the first few races were short races, so people were getting shoved, you know. Every once in a while somebody would like throw a brick. You know, because they're like through junkyards and shit. We're not going to like build fancy stadiums. We're just going to take like a condemned medical waste factory and have these homeless people run through it. Because they're not people. We don't need to like have safety standards or anything.
Right.
So they'll be walking by and they'll like be like a bag of medical waste and they'll throw it at somebody. And then they'll have like a bunch of syringes hanging out of them and shit, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah,
Very,
exactly.
very,
It's like this is the beauty of this movie is we're solving so many of America's problems. Like, oh, where do we put nuclear waste? Just have them run through it. I don't give a fuck. They're not people until one of them until they get a house. They're not a fucking person.
Oh.
So.
Yeah. Okay.
You seem very flippant about this.
Flippid. Yeah.
You're not on board with this?
No, I am. Please continue.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I'm positive.
So they're running through. So they've been short races, so no one's gotten really hurt. Now this is
some
like
of them were longer.
Yeah, that's what we're getting to.
Oh, okay.
But now once a month there's a big race, and it's a long race.
Oh.
It's like a 25-mile marathon style race.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is for big money.
Big money.
Yeah, you can win triple
$32.
digits.
Oh.
Yeah, you can win triple digits, $103.
What?
Yeah.
103?
For 1 day's work!
Oh my god!
1 day, $103!
That's amazing.
Do you know how many fucking Red Delicious apples you can get with $103?
Probably like more
Way too many. They're terrible.
I was gonna say like more than 2.
Like if you have 1 Red Delicious apple, do you know how many Red Delicious apples you'll have at the end of the day? 3/4 of a Red Delicious apple. You need a fourth of it and go, this is fucking terrible. So anyways.
Actually, great point. Yes. Big race, you can make up to $103.
Yeah. So this is this is like the last race of the movie.
Mm.
Well, and it's running, you're running, and they're like robot like.
Is Sam Jackson still in the race?
Oh yeah. And there's like obstacles
good.
and shit because this is like the big race. So it's like through like a highway and shit, and people are getting like fucking clipped by cars because it's like an active highway and people are like driving to work.
They didn't block
and because
it
they're like driving like trucks and shit, like they're like 9 feet
stopping.
tall, like they just blast through them.
Yeah, they're not stopping.
So people are like getting fucking mangled and like you're losing limbs and shit. And they're running and they're
losing the robotic limbs too.
No, the robotic limbs are fine.
Oh,
like
okay.
the America's paid for those. Are made in America.
But the other,
the real limbs, but like we're not going to replace those.
Oh, okay.
Like if you lose your arm, that's on you. She kept your arm. We can't be responsible for all of your fucking limbs.
We took your legs, but if you lose your arm, that's on you.
We gave you legs.
Yeah.
You can buy, like if you get enough money, you can buy robot arms, but those aren't free.
You can.
Yeah. Like you can.
What?
But they're 4 digits. That's right. You know how many races you have to win?
That's a lot.
Plus, you have to buy your own food. You have to buy your own water. You have to buy your own clothes. I'm adding clothes into it. So some of the racers I like wearing like a Tide bottle. You know?
Nice.
Yeah,
nice. I like it.
So like some of them are like because you know you're out in the elements. Some are gonna be wearing like nice velour sweatsuits, and then others are gonna be wearing like a Tide bottle that they've converted into a codpiece.
Oh, good.
You know?
My favorite kind of.
Well, because here's the thing. Laws still apply. Just because you're racing homeless people racing, you can't be naked. All right.
Oh.
If you're nude, we're gonna put your ass in jail. We're taking your robotic legs. You're gonna be in fucking jail. All right. So there's still public decency laws.
Right, so just a cod piece is okay. So like the audience can see the robotic legs and where it attaches to flesh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Which once again,
just making sure.
which I also want to let you know that this is not based on gender. So men race against women, women race against men. Well, like most thing in life, women have it worse because where men just have to cover their lower, women have to cover lower and top. So like usual.
Right, they have to use like laundry detergent caps and putting them over
plus you got to get some makeup and some like hairspray and stuff. You got to look nice.
Really?
Maybe you'd win a couple races if you smiled a little. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe that's what's holding you back from winning.
Wow.
How are you gonna win a race without some blush? Huh?
I don't know.
You got a couple of zits on you there. Maybe that's what's holding you back. See, so the women have it worse because there's makeup and stuff. You gotta get your nails did.
Oh, you gotta get your nails did, Becky.
Yeah, exactly. So. No holds barred. They're racing. Right. It's fucking intense. It's like the pod race scene from episode 1 of Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Fucking amazing. Like everything about it is so fucking...
Have you seen at least that?
No, I have not.
Oh my God. You can't... okay, you can try and talk about it. Go ahead.
It's like the pod race scene from Star Wars episode 1. Absolutely amazing. But take the pod race scene from Star Wars episode 1 and add to it the action from a Transformers movie. Oh, and it's fucking beautiful. That's what's going on here.
Oh, good.
And Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's visually impossible to tell what's going on. Love it.
Yeah, and Jake Gyllenhaal, because this is a long race, he's going all out. He's fucking taking people out left and right. And that's when Nicolas Cage is like, what the fuck is going on? Because Jake Gyllenhaal's just a fucking beast, and this is why he's winning. Because Jake Gyllenhaal is giving them the crazy eyes, and he's just like fucking taking people out. Jake Gyllenhaal's character, his name is Castor Troy. That's right! Yes!
Can you do that legally?
I don't fucking care. If I can't, his name will be Pastor Troy. I don't give a fuck.
Pastor.
Yeah, what are they gonna fucking do? What are they gonna fucking do? Yeah, that's right. He's not playing the character from Face Off, but he's totally playing the character from Face Off.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. Nicolas Cage has to fight his own demons.
Yep, fair enough, actually.
Yeah.
You did say that Jake Gyllenhaal does represent a 90s Nicolas Cage in
exactly.
movies.
So anyways.
It's a reincarnated, even though Nicolas Cage is still alive. What? I don't know.
Yeah. So anyways. So Nicolas Cage is running there head in head, and Sam Jackson is right there with him because Sam Jackson's in these races too. Right. And that's when, boom, Gyllenhaal kills Sam Jackson.
No!
And that's when Nicolas Cage stops. That's right. The elderly minority that helps the white savior fucking down. Because that's what has to happen to the elderly minority.
I mean, like, I could see it a mile away, but it still is very disappointing.
The second the white savior was introduced to somebody who wasn't a white person that helped him on their adventure, we knew right away he's not going to make it to the end of the movie. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's what Hollywood does.
It's what has to happen.
Like, if I didn't add this, Hollywood would be like, hey, is there any way that you could take, like, a non-white character and have them help him out on his journey and then kill them? And then you'd be like, well, I don't really want to. But then Hollywood would be like, but you sort of have to.
I think you want to.
I think you're going to have to watch The Matrix. All right? Like, do you want to watch Meet Joe Black, please? So he dies. Nicolas Cage stops running to hold Samuel L. Jackson.
Limp body.
Yeah, and that's when Jake Gyllenhaal fucking wins. And then more racers are running by.
All is lost moment.
Yeah. More races are running by as Nicolas Cage just has the heartbreaking moment. His one and only friend in there fucking goes down. And like, that's where the movie almost ends. He goes back to his tent. And that's when the Zookas is sitting right there, fully erect. Fully erect.
Oh, shit!
Oh, what's that? He's got robot legs.
Oh, fuck!
Movie end.
What?
Yeah!
That's the end of the movie?
Yeah, because he goes, I've got some things to tell you. Boom! So that's the ending of the first movie, because it always goes, first movie, you introduce the character, they have to have like a fucking high point and then a low point to go into the next movie.
Yes.
And then you're growing, and then third movie, win.
Wow. It's almost as if that's how a trilogy usually works.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah? You like this idea?
I do.
But now in the real world, we don't have an orphan slaughterer to like bash in the head with a brick. We just make the homeless people
Damn
race.
it.
Well, but see here, the movie, like, because the Zookas is going to be like, explaining how corrupt the system is and how you can never get out. And
I thought Sam Jackson was explaining that.
No, he was explaining how the race works.
Oh.
Because you learn at the end of the first movie that, hey, there's something going on here. And he's trying to jog his memory. And then the second movie is when Nicolas Cage starts having some flashbacks. But at first he doesn't trust him because, remember, he's having flashbacks to a fully erect Jason Mantzoukas bashing him with a brick. Yeah. And now he's telling him, hey, I'm in love with you. I've got to, like, rescue you. We also got to take the system down. Wouldn't you, like, if you had flashbacks of being hit in the head by a fully erect man with a brick, and then he just showed up at your place and was like, hey,
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
And this is why I need to help you.
I gotta help you out. Wouldn't you be like, I have so many problems with this.
I have several questions and concerns, and I don't want to talk to you right now.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be horrifying. Though,
yes,
right?
It would be traumatic as fuck.
I know. Yeah. So he's not going to believe him. So the second movie is, at first they like they get lovers to like quarrel. They have a lovers quarrel. They like argue and he doesn't believe him. But boom, mid movie, they have the coming together moment where Jason Mantzoukas saves his life, and that's when Nick Cage and Jason Mantzoukas embrace. He's still fully erect. Oh. Jason Mantzoukas is erect for most of the movie.
Okay, I was just gonna say, is he erect for most of it or the entirety of the series?
Anytime there's a scene with him and Nicolas Cage, are Nicolas Cage in his line of sight? Yes.
Anytime Nick is in his line of sight, got it. Fully erect.
Exactly.
Boner town.
Yeah. And the camera is going to focus on it. Like the center focus. Like,
of course. It's
so the center focus, the conversation is going to be like in the tops, like the uncomfortable part of the screen to look at. The center of the film is just going to be Jason Mantzoukas fully erect.
Oh my God. While they're talking, it's just going to like slow zoom and.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, that, once again, amazing idea there. So every time there's a scene with Jason Mantzoukas, it starts like a normal movie scene where the camera's on the people talking and it slowly pans down and
just
zooms
like keeps
in.
Zooming slowly into the correct penis.
I like to call it the Watchmen.
is that the camera trick or the plot device of this?
Both.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care.
Oh,
Both ways. It's
alright.
called The Watchmen, named after the greatest movie of all time,
Oh.
The Watchmen.
Is that the one with
The giant blue penis for reasons.
Oh, I haven't watched that one yet.
Well, if you want to
Yeah.
watch a movie with a gigantic blue penis for reasons, it's probably your best choice.
The Watchmen.
Yep.
Is it the 2009?
It's a
one
superhero
with-
movie made by Zack Snyder.
Oh, good. Okay. I mean, I know of this movie. I just haven't
Why
watched it
haven't
yet.
you watched it?
I don't know.
Of all of the superhero movies, it is the best.
Oh, okay.
There is no superhero movie better than it.
Not even Ghost Rider? You had to think about it. You had to
One or
think
two.
about it.
One or two.
I don't know. I've only seen the first Ghost Rider movie. I know. What the fuck is wrong with me? I know.
What I will say
What?
is, I think Ghost Rider has a better story
Then Watchmen?
than Watchmen, but
But!
I think Watchmen overall is just an easier watch.
Oh.
It's very compressed at 2.5 hours.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's such a quick watch.
Oh,
You start
okay.
watching it, and by the end, you feel like you've aged like 9 years.
Oh,
It's
great.
like, so I think Watchmen is the better
Great.
watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, so I want to say, like, Ghost Rider is obviously the better story. Like if you're one of those people who like
Sam
needs
Elliott?
if you're one of those people who watches movie for like the story and the narrative and like you want a director's vision, Ghost Rider is
Yes!
the movie for you.
Yes!
But
Mm.
if you want the better movie,
With a blue penis,
yeah,
because
if you're like,
reasons.
if we're judging the movie off of the amount of giant blue penis in it, no question it's the Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just it's
I
a hands
get
down. Well, but here's the problem I always have with movies.
Right.
There's good movies that are like like the cinematography is really good, the
Mm-hmm.
story is really good, but it's not not that it's not enjoyable to watch, but it's not fun to watch.
Yes.
Like
yes.
A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Basically any Stanley Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
He's a good director. His stories are good. But watch one of his movies a second time and tell me that you enjoyed it.
I can't.
Like A Clockwork
what you
Orange is
mean.
really good. Like the first time you watch it, it goes down really easy. The second time you're like, oh my god, am I watching 4 movies? Did I turn this to half speed? What is going on? Like it's brutal.
Yep. No,
But-
you're right. You're right.
But a Michael Bay movie
Oh,
is fucking terrible.
it is.
It's dumb.
They're dumb. Yeah.
Goes down smooth.
It does.
You're like,
Yeah.
it could be 3 hours long. You blink and it's over. You're like, what? Huh?
Huh?
Like, now, if you're asked a question after the movie, tell me the story, you're going to be like,
have
I
no-
don't think there
I have-
was one.
I
And they'll
don't-
be like, you know 100% the story.
You know the story.
Yeah.
You understood that there was dialogue. No, you understand that there's like dialogue between actions enough
Yeah.
to where you almost think there's a story.
Yeah, there's no fucking story.
Yeah, there's no story.
Because you know, like an easy to watch movie
Mm.
doesn't need a story.
Right.
Because story gets in the way of enjoyment.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Think of some of the greatest movies you've ever seen, but after you saw them, you were like, I'm not sure I like that. But when you watched it, you're like, this is great. You know what? You know why you don't like it afterwards? No story.
No story, and you're thinking about
Yeah,
it.
but like,
You can't
but you
be
shouldn't
doing
be
that.
thinking. You never need to think.
You don't. Yeah. Don't think.
Thinking
about it.
gets in the way of enjoyment. So stop thinking.
That
just
is very
enjoy
true.
things. Yeah.
That is very
so
true.
that's why, like, and like this, I think people struggle with this because they'll be like, "Oh, my favorite movie is like, oh, I really liked Oppenheimer. It's 3 hours long.
It is.
It's
Did you
fucking
even
brutal.
watch it?
I haven't
I
watched
did.
it. It's like I'm sure.
I sat through the whole fucking
I'm
thing.
sure the story is great. I'm sure the cinematography is great. I'm sure all this.
Cinematography is great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's all fucking great. You know what movie I would rather watch 3 times in a row than watch Oppenheimer once? Fucking Ambulance. Yes! God damn it. Because it's
Yes.
like, Ambulance is like professional wrestling in movie form. Because professional wrestling is
What?
fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It's fucking dumb. Like the wrestling is terrible. The worst part of professional wrestling is like the actual wrestling. But the entrances, like the character
The
work
charisma
is yeah.
of
Like,
the people
yeah,
in it.
Ambulance
Amazing.
is like has the same feel. Like Like you get like right away there's like 20 characters that are introduced. There's like, there's Flip-Flop guy and there's this guy, there's that guy. There's all these characters. You don't even fucking learn their names. You know why? Because names get in the way of enjoyment. So it's Flip-Flop guy.
Oh.
Like we don't know his fucking name. And we follow him. He's like center scene character for many scenes.
Wow.
And then you know what fucking happens? Boom! Fuck, he gets hit by a goddamn truck. He's dead.
Oh, shit.
What was his name? What? Anything.
Flip-Flop guy.
Don't need to fucking know.
You don't need to know that. Oh.
And I fucking love it. I fucking love every second of it. You're introduced to these people. They have like big fucking monologues.
Yeah.
There's all the set pieces. None of the fucking story to get in the fucking way. Like thinking gets in the way.
God. You're
like,
right.
Like, have you watched professional wrestling?
A little.
Like, it's like 7 minutes of entrance. And then they have a 2-minute match.
Yeah.
You know why? Because people don't want fucking story. They want to see the guy come down to music going, yeah! And the crowd's yelling, losing their mind. Yeah, exactly. There's no fucking, like, there's story in professional wrestling, but story isn't the story of professional wrestling. The name is professional wrestling.
The rivalries and the...
Yeah. So you would think that the guy's fake fighting in the ring would be the focus, but that doesn't even fucking matter.
No.
What I want to know is that Stone Cold song that did I just hear glass break?
Oh my god!
He's gonna fucking hit the stunner!
What the
Yeah!
fuck is happening? And you're
Exactly.
Like, whoa!
And you're like fucking yelling to the goddamn music.
Yes.
By the way, I haven't watched professional wrestling since the like early 2000s. If you're still watching it, it's fucking trash.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. I don't know. I
But
haven't
yeah,
watched enough of
So
wrestling.
what I'm going for in my movies
yes.
is I want to do like a Michael Bay style movie.
Yes.
Where it's entertaining, but I also want to put a story in there, but not too much of a story.
Right. Not
That's
too
why
much.
they're always trilogies. You take a story that could be put into one movie, but it would upset you. Like, because sometimes, like, have you ever, like, did you watch the Hulk with Edward Norton?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it? Yeah, they tried to put too much fucking story in there. Not enough smashing.
True.
You know?
Very true.
Did you watch
Good
the Hulk
point.
afterwards? More smashing, less story. There's a very, very important level of story that the American public will allow in a movie before they turn against it. So I want to ride that line. I want to hit just the maximum amount of story towards action. Yeah, that's right. That's what I go for in all my
You're a
movies.
fucking genius.
I know. That's why they all got to be trilogies.
Yeah. Willy's Wonderland and Color Out of Space.
Perfect.
We need to make it. You
even know anyone's name in Color Out of Space?
No.
You don't fucking need to.
No.
Because that's just going to get in the fucking way. Do we know anything about this family? No. We know they have, like, fucking alpacas.
Well, actually, yes, we know they have alpacas.
And it costs the family quite a bit.
Do you know how much these animals cost this family? Actually, they don't tell us, but it seems like from the these subtle cues in storytelling, you're able to tell that it's a good amount of money.
That those alpacas.
But they don't tell. Yeah. But,
is it alpacas?
Yeah, alpacas.
Is that what he says? I can't remember. It's been a while since.
Well, he just like, you know how much it cost this family, how much these animals cost this family.
Yeah. But anyways,
they are
so
alpacas.
like the most important thing when making a movie is you can't have too much fucking story.
True.
It makes people feel dumb.
True. Any Christopher Nolan movie
Yeah.
at all. Yep.
Yeah, so that's it. So the first movie is introduce character, introduce race, show you a bunch of fucking action, fully erect Jason Mantzoukas, and what more could you want?
I guess I don't want anything else from this movie.
I know, it's perfect!
Yes, it's perfect.